even for 5 years. I think it's possible. It's possible to look at diverse and inclusive programs, not only on cost alone, Mr. Speaker, but also on things like gender and disability, Mr. Speaker. You can even reduce these repurposed programs, Senator Cherargei, and say, okay, maybe you cannot be able to take all interns, but at least why can't we mainstream all the women interns into job opportunities? Or why can't we repurpose this? You can say, okay, we understand that we will not take all the interns to a permanent and pensionable jobs, but at least it's a regulation that where we have taken all disabled members of the community who are youths who have been taken into these programs, those ones we must guarantee them permanent and pensionable programs. We must start from somewhere, Mr. Speaker. That's all I'm saying. That we must have this diverse program that must start from somewhere. It pains my heart, Mr. Speaker, when I think about UHC, Universal Healthcare, staff, who constantly, we have been debating for the entire 1 year about them being mainstreamed into a permanent and pensionable program, Mr. Speaker, and some of them are disabled members of the society who have gone and done the arduous work, the hardest job of studying medicine, Mr. Speaker. They have come out and had degree in technical works in labs, have degrees in nursing, have degrees in handling patients in different capacities, and then they themselves are left without jobs, Mr. Speaker. I think it's possible to come up with a framework that is diverse and that can be able to ensure that we can be able to give specific programs that takes in a swath of those people who are young people as interns in this country, Mr. Speaker. I also think, Mr. Speaker, that there is a chance here that we can also do some targeted programs that take in these interns on places of authority that we are seeing in some of the programs that we are seeing in the country. For instance, Mr. Speaker, KRA internships that we see. KRA internships are done in such a way that you go to KRA, you have studied more prolific financial understanding, tax laws in the current order, but when you look at the promotions that are happening within KRA, they don't follow the order of experience. They follow the order of who do you know, or who is your grandparents, or who are your parents. You go to some programs, Mr. Speaker, like you've seen with the ICT Authority internship programs. We have seen this also with the Presidential Digital Talent programs. I mean, how do you explain to me, Mr. Speaker, without being ageist or without being naive, how do you explain to me the kind of programs that we are seeing people at 45 in the Presidential Digital Talent program, between 45 and 55, being given more permanent job and more promotions, compared to these Gen Zs who have given us trouble on the digital era between the ages of 19 and 28. Who is more savvy, if you're just to speak, honestly speaking? I think that it is more practical that these younger people are more savvy in these digital spaces and they have got more understanding of the gig economy. Their only problem is their age. They are being vilified for their age in some of these talent opportunities, Mr. Speaker. So I think there's an opportunity there for us to do targeted programs where internships make sense for a certain age and experience that goes with that age. I will understand. For instance, sometimes accounting work might take longer for people to master all the programs. But where sometimes age is the inverse proportion to the experience that they have, like what I see the Gen Zs are doing online. They are more savvy, they are more technical in the digital space, that the ICT departments, as well as programs of the digital economy in this country, Mr. Speaker, those should not even go through internship for 12 months, Mr. Speaker. They should come from school, given the equipment, they are technical, absorb them through a targeted program, Mr. Speaker, and let them contribute in our economy. This is not just about an issue of cost. It's also an issue of output. Total productivity per factor of our economy, Mr. Speaker, is enhanced by getting the best drivers on the best seats that they can be able to do, Mr. Speaker. And I dare say, Mr. Speaker, that some of these opportunities that you're seeing in government, young people are the best drivers to be able to drive those seats, Mr. Speaker. So those targeted programs, Mr. Speaker, would want us to see in this motion that we're working on today, Mr. Speaker. Lastly, Mr. Speaker, is just the issue of information sharing and having a database that can be able to share with young people more opportunities within and without government. I think that we have not done well, despite the fact that this program has invested so much in the intake of this internship program, interns, and in the intake of those who need to be skilled and reskilled, Mr. Speaker. There hasn't been a commensurate corporate kind of culture in government to make sure that there is proper information on where opportunities lie post-internship, both locally and even in the international arena, Mr. Speaker. I think the government can do a better job in making sure that you build a proper database, a proper resource center for interns, that in the next 12 months that you'll be in government, in whichever department that you are in, you are interacting with a lot of information in the private sector, and KEPSA has got a lot of this kind of, not just website-based database, but they have got more other interactive opportunities that you can be able to get in terms of getting information, so that interns during those 12 months that they're in government can be able to get opportunities way beyond where they are seated now. And some of these, the Speaker, can expand to a more diplomatic role that you can be able to play. I know for a fact, Mr. Speaker, for instance, that there are companies that want to do research in Kenya today, in Africa in general, Mr. Speaker, and those companies are based in the Silicon Valley in the US, but they cannot be able to get competent interns. Why? They are in government, they're not interacting with information from the other side of the world. We need to be very good at being savvy in developing proper resource centers and information centers and resource databases that these young people, while they're working for government as interns, they can be able to interact with and get jobs abroad. Otherwise, Mr. Speaker, I want to stop there, but I want to encourage all of us that opportunities for young people cannot continue being a second thought. It cannot continue being a second thought, Mr. Speaker. We are wasting an entire generation, an educated manpower, a very patriotic population that, if well used, can always be the biggest contribution and the wealth that we have in this country. But we have seen time without number that if they are not well utilized, they can also be a ticking time bomb. We have seen that last year. We are seeing it across the continent. We are seeing it even in Tanzania, although in Tanzania, I think, Mr. Speaker, it's not more the issue of being a ticking time bomb. It's just that they're dealing with dictatorial tendencies of some of our leaders that we are seeing that are doing some ridiculous stuff like forcing an election that is not there in Tanzania, Mr. Speaker. So I want to encourage, Mr. Speaker, that let us invest in our young people and let us make sure that our youths, their talent, their time is turned into treasure. I thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Senator Tabitha Mutinda.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. And first of all, I really want to start by appreciating the move of this motion, none other than Senator Gerald Gay, because this is a very important motion and a very great discussion, Mr. Speaker. For our young people, as we've always been told, the future is for the young people. But it can only be actualized, Mr. Speaker, if the environment is conducive for them, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, let me start by actually talking about the youth demographics. As at today in 2025, Mr. Speaker, in Kenya, 70% of our population comprises of the youth under the age of 35 years, Mr. Speaker. Globally, Mr. Speaker, as per the World Bank report, Mr. Speaker, in about 10 to 15 years to come, we will be having a youth population of about 1.2 billion young people globally, Mr. Speaker, between the age of 20 and 35, Mr. Speaker. The issue of the youth, Mr. Speaker, is not just an African continent issue. It's a worldwide issue, Mr. Speaker. And it's a high time, as legislators, we do what we are mandated to do, and this is what we are doing. And that's why I started by really appreciating Senator Cherelgai, because the legislation that we do, the legislation that is part of our mandate then, helps to open up and enhance opportunities for our young people, Mr. Speaker. Now, because the discussion and the motion narrows to the issues of internship, Mr. Speaker, allow me to say that our Kenyan education system, especially at the tertiary level, Mr. Speaker, allows that there will be an internship period. Depending on the course that one is taking, there are those internship periods that range from 1 month to 3 months. Some range, go up to, 6 months. It depends on the profession that one has embarked on. And why is this in the curriculum, Mr. Speaker? It is in the curriculum because it is part of the education system. The skill is needed, knowledge is needed, and experience is paramount, Mr. Speaker. It is the basic of all, Mr. Speaker. It helps our young people when they're now graduating, when they're now getting into the workspace environment, they have some experience. Mr. Speaker, as far as experience is concerned, you remember, in our time, when job opportunities were being advertised, the next thing, apart from the qualifications that you have, this is the minimum qualification, the other thing was 3 years experience, 2 years experience, 10 years experience, and the question has been, where are young people going to get this experience if we do not give them an opportunity to be in these institutions to gain that experience, Mr. Speaker? And before I proceed, let me first of all actually appreciate Parliament. Parliament here where we are, when they offer internship, they pay the internees. They are paid a stipend every month. They are even given lunch in Parliament because I've seen them, we've interacted with them in this house, and I want to really appreciate Parliament because they offer internship and they pay. And back to how interns have been treated. Mr. Speaker, I sit in the Committee of Health. We normally do county visits. And when we go around different hospitals, we meet with different professionals, ranging from pharmacists, clinic officers, nurses, lab technicians, and all that range in the medical space. And in every department, Mr. Speaker, we are always finding students. I'm having people an opportunity to undertake an internship for experience purposes, which is good, which is excellent. But, Mr. Speaker, it is always good to motivate. Because if these are the same young people we are offering internships in this institution, then they are seeing what their colleagues are going through in terms of the challenges. Look at the issues that we've been talking about, the issues of UHC workers. But I'm happy is that even today, that discussion is very much ongoing. The Minister for Health, Honorable Duale, has been able to at least ensure that this conversation comes to an end. The agreements are adhered to and all that. But what precedence is being set when these students are undergoing this internship in these particular institutions, whereby they can see these counterparts, where they are hoping to get employment, these people are not being paid. You know, they are sometimes on long contracts. The other day when we were in Machakos, actually, we came across young Kenyans, most of them women to be specific, who are complaining that they have not been paid for 5 months. But I'm happy, I'm very happy, out of being there and realizing this issue, today as we speak, They have been paid their salary of 5 months arrears, and I'm happy because we voiced out such that this matter could be addressed, and that has happened. But put yourself in their shoes, whereby now you have interns seeing that these people are working and these people are not being paid. We demotivate them, you know, and they're the ones who are really used to run up and down because they seem, or they are looked upon as if they are very desperate. It is a high time that the internship program is actually well-defined. Well-defined that from the education system, and also defined in the institutions where they take these internships. Because if we encourage these young people, they'll be motivated to look forward to be able to start somewhere, to be able to work from somewhere. But the moment that you are coming in, you're coming out, you're doing the best, and actually sometimes you don't know if someone is an intern because they are working. They're just, you know, they are fully devoted, fully working. The best we can offer our young people is to motivate them so that they can also be able to offer their skills. They can be able to offer their knowledge that they have at this particular moment, Mr. Speaker. The issue, we've discussed an issue here, I think through Senator Crystal, where there was a bill about startups, Mr. Speaker, that also targeted and discussed about the young people. When they are doing their startups, which they need to be encouraged, Mr. Speaker, to be able to be more creative and more productive in the market spaces, startups whereby they do not really have to undergo a lot of payments at the initial starting moments, this will definitely encourage the young people to become their own CEOs, Mr. Speaker. We should be able to encourage our young people to be the employers, Mr. Speaker, of their other youths, Mr. Speaker. Where we are, Mr. Speaker, we should continue, and I'm happy that the Kenya Kwanza government, where I serve, Mr. Speaker, has been able to prioritize the digital infrastructure, Mr. Speaker, very highly. The hubs, the ICT hubs that are in each and every constituency, and that is still being worked on for those MPs that maybe who have not been able to put that in place. But the goal is to ensure that digital infrastructure in this country is enhanced, because we are in 2025, everything is digital where we are. We want to encourage our youth to go and do, e-marketing. That is what is happening nowadays. We used to have influencers that you had to pay an influencer to come and do the marketing for you. You don't need that anymore. You just need to be yourself, get the bundles that you need, get a good gadget with a good camera, and that's it. You are in the market. You can be able to advertise your own product. You can be able to sell and put your product in the market space, but you need experience. So when we talk about internship, it's very important for our young people, but they should not be used as alternatives, to hold. Their role is, their main agenda is for them to be able to acquire the knowledge that is needed. Remember, an internship is a bridge to employment. It ensures that when they gain this skill and knowledge, the company does not really need to look for new employees. You can be able to offer an opportunity to the interns who have performed very well to continue in the department. That is actually cutting costs, because you don't need to get someone else. You train them, you take them through what needs to be done, because already you've given an opportunity to these interns. Then you can equally offer an opportunity to them. It becomes easier. Unlike starting the whole recruitment processes and all that, this person definitely, actually, you'll have given him or her a stepping stone. And companies do not need to start from square one, looking at, then how do I start employing again? Equity is a very important issue, Mr. Speaker. There should be equal internship opportunities across all the 47 counties, Mr. Speaker. It is very important for our young people. There should be fairness. We should see our counties, Mr. Speaker, offering internship. It's very rare to find an intern at the counties, apart from now the example I've given for the hospitals, because these are professionals, and their school and their learning calendar requires them to undertake internship. But what about at the county levels? It is important that there be equity for both young men and women in the different counties, so that they can equally be able to learn, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, again, the public and private partnerships is something to be encouraged, Mr. Speaker. When we encourage these partnerships, they open job opportunities for our people. Hence, internships definitely will be something that our young people can be able to be offered, Mr. Speaker. We've had whereby PPPs sometimes are thrown away, not knowing that these PPPs are not only increasing the asset value in this country, but also offering job opportunities for our young people. Before I forget, Mr. Speaker, look at the Nyota program that is there, that the president launched, Mr. Speaker, in all the wards in this country. Each and every ward, Mr. Speaker, has got 70 young people who are going to benefit with a grant amounting to a total of 50,000 Kenya shillings. I wish I could have gotten that in my time when I was a youth, Mr. Speaker, because we didn't have this kind of grants at that particular time. But they're there today. And I'm happy the ministry has been offering training to our young people so that they can independently be able to have their own startups, Mr. Speaker. It is in this government, Mr. Speaker, that that has been done, that has been achieved, Mr. Speaker. We are having young people being given Kenya shillings 50,000, which is a grant, Mr. Speaker, McHugh. It's not even a loan. There was even the offer of Hustler Fund, Mr. Speaker, so that Kenyans would be able to, access some little capital to be able to generate more income in their little economic, platforms that they are in, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, the skills and the knowledge during this internship process, Mr. Speaker, when you quantify it in terms of value by 2030, Mr. Speaker, we'll be talking about over 10 trillion in this country, Mr. Speaker, if we empower and offer internships and opportunities, job opportunities for our young people. I was just talking to Senator Essie, who seconded this particular motion. And you know how passionate she has been in terms of matters education. And we had a small discussion of the examiners. During the examination process, like it's happening right now, they are given small stipends of about, 400 shillings or something. That person has to get transport to move from point A to point B, where they have been assigned. That is a cost that has been incurred. What are they left with? But the examiners who are marking these exams, they're in the most comfort places compared to the people who did the dirty work, Mr. Speaker. And these are our teachers, Mr. Speaker. Who would be here today in this house, or both houses, Mr. Speaker, without the education that we have, Mr. Speaker? The basic one, Mr. Speaker. Our teachers played a very key role. And education has no end, Mr. Speaker. We need to appreciate that our curriculum has room for internship, and internship has to be offered in the highest standard that needs to be offered. I want to agree with Senator Eddie when he says it is a high time we invest and have budgets for having a center of internship whereby different skills can be acquired for our young people. They don't have all to fit within the government institutions. They don't have all of them to fit in the private sector. There can be a center that awards them and gives them, a certification after an internship has been completed and completed to the standard that is required, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, as I conclude, as I said earlier, we are in 2025. It requires today that people reskill or people up their skills. That can only be done through these processes of internship. Mr. Speaker, as I said earlier when we've been doing the county visits, one of the concerns we also are curious about is the promotion timelines. We found Kenyans who are working in the medical industry, to be more specific, because that's where we've done oversight. Someone has worked for over 15 years with no single promotion. Someone comes in just 2 years down the line and in the third year, this person is promoted. Who has more experience, for Christ's sake? 15 years versus 3 years. How then do we encourage our people who have got maximum experience to continue offering the same internship to these young people? If these are the same young people, they come, they get the skill, and they're not, and the people who have worked for the longest, they are not even getting motivated. It should, be balanced. There should be balance. When they are promoted on time with the kind of experience and skill that they have, then it becomes easier for them to trickle that knowledge, to trickle that skill to our young people. It is a high time that the people who have worked the longest deserve fair promotion, Mr. Speaker. So I really, really want to support this motion. I do support and ask colleagues that we support, because we have for the longest period said that the future is for the young people. That can only be actualized. That can only be factual if we support this motion and ensure there will be adequate opportunity for skill development for our young people. With those many and few remarks, Mr. Speaker, I support.
Senator Osotsi, you were on the platform. You've just disappeared from my screen. But I had seen that there's a problem with the system. So I will allow you, Senator Osotsi, to give your contributions to this motion.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, from the onset, I want to say that I fully support this motion on the welfare of interns working under the Public Service Commission, a good motion that has been brought by Senator Fonandi, my good friend Senator Cheragei. Mr. Speaker, this motion is long overdue because we have been seeing the plight of our constituents who go through this program, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, only 20% of the youth who participate in this program are being absorbed in public service. That means a huge 80% of those interns are left hanging. I have had an opportunity to even help some of this youth to join this program, but after the 1 year period, they come back to me asking me for a job, and some of them stay at home for even as long as 3-4 years, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, this was a good program that was started in 2019-2020 financial year. But then, where we have reached, I think we need to scale it and make it better and more result-oriented, because a lot of youth who have gone through this program and have ended up not getting a job, they are going through mental health issues, Mr. Speaker. I know, for example, of a young lady in my county who went through this program for 1 year, and after that, she has not been able to get a job for 3 years, only to end up being employed in my county as one of the ward administrators. And you understand the challenges they go through. So I think it is a high time that this program is reviewed for the purpose of making it even better, for the purposes of increasing the amounts that these young people are getting. Because being paid 20,000 really in a city like Nairobi is not adequate even for housing alone, Mr. Speaker. You find that these young graduates are staying in the slums. They're operating from the slums because they cannot afford quality housing. And they are supposed to go to those offices and do good work. And then after 1 year, there is no job. They have to go back to the tarmac. This is a program that must be enhanced so that we stop creating more mental health challenges to our youth. Mr. Speaker, even as we talk about the issue of interns, we have to confront the bigger problem of the youth in this country. And this thing, we have said about it many times. Every leader who is elected, the president in this country, keeps on appreciating the issue of the youth and the problems they go through. But when they are in power, they forget about this youth. Mr. Speaker, the youth problem is not just a Kenyan problem. It's now a global problem. You have seen, Mr. Speaker, what has happened in other countries. Even countries that are thought to be progressive in Africa, like Morocco, you saw the agencies going to the streets because of the challenges around employment, challenges about public infrastructure, challenges generally affecting our youth population. So any progressive government must put more emphasis around the youth problem. In this country, during President Kibaki's time, they set up the Youth Enterprise Fund, which was a good idea, to be giving youth some loans so that they can start their businesses, so that they can do their innovation. Mr. Speaker, no one is talking about Youth Enterprise Fund anymore. Instead, we have had other funds coming in which are really running at parallel with the initial objectives of